So I'm going to tell you the story of the food factory, the leaf as a food factory. And we've been looking a lot at plants. We've been looking at the different parts of the plant. We've been looking at the roots and the stem and the leaves. And today we're going to look especially at the leaves. We know that a plant needs water and that it gets it through its roots. And we also know that a plant needs light and that it gets it through the sun. But I wonder what the plant does with those things. Water is made up of atoms. It's made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. And the green colour in the leaf, along with the sunlight, the energy from the sun, it enables the water to be separated into hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms. But what does the plant do with this? I've got a chart that's going to help us to imagine what's happening in the food factory, what's happening in the leaf. Can you see the water coming up from the roots into our leaf here? The water's coming up in the elevator. And here the workers are separating out those atoms we were talking about into hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms. Here we see the carbon dioxide from the air being brought into the leaf as well. And then the carbon dioxide and the hydrogen from the water are mixed up in a great big bowl together. Here we have one of the workers in the leaf throwing away the oxygen that's not needed. The hydrogen and the oxygen were separated out from the water, and the oxygen's not needed in this process. But this is really good for us and for animals because we need the oxygen in respiration. So we breathe in the oxygen and then we breathe out the carbon dioxide back into the air that comes into our leaf. So we've got the mixing together of the hydrogen from the water and the carbon dioxide from the air. And then this part of our chart shows it's as if this mixture can then be made into food for the plant, which is then taken back down tubes to go to all the different parts of the plant. So our leaf is behaving as a food factory. And just like with factories, we have some workers that work the night shift and some workers that work the day shift. The workers in the leaf do shifts too. So this process, this part of the process where the water is separated into the hydrogen atoms and the oxygen atoms, this uses a lot of energy. So it's at this point that the energy from the sun is used. This part happens during the daytime. But this part here uses less energy. So these workers can carry on making the food during the night. And in this way, the leaf makes all of the food that the plant needs, and the plant gets all of the food that it needs to grow and to function. And that's the end of my story today.